Hey everyone, thanks to everyone who tuned in to the live stream yesterday. What I've got here is a 1080 Ti, but it's not just any 1080 Ti. This beautiful 1080 Ti is going to whiz its way away down to England, and it is the last one that I'm selling. I still have one of these in my main PC, but this is the last one from my mining rigs. This is the last of the last. So over the course of a few months, probably over like 2 or 3 months, like September, October, November, I sold about 28 GPUs. So I've already sold about another 4 of these, another 4 1080 Ti's. This is the 5th that I'm selling. And I sold 24 1060s, 6 gigabytes. So I sold them all over the course of a few months. And this one, this one kind of didn't get sold at the end of November. And because of Black Friday and because of Christmas coming up and all that, I just didn't advertise it. I didn't think it would sell. And I think that was the right decision at the time. So I listed everything again last week, and there was a few people interested in it. Some people put in some low bids, but someone just put in a bid of $550. I had it advertised at $575, and I accepted it. So I'm going to ship it out, and this is the last 1080 Ti. Now, everyone focuses on graphics cards because, they think that's what you lose the most money on. And I guess for expensive cards like 1080 Ti's it is, but I don't think I've actually lost a lot on this because I paid between $750 and like $900, $1,000 for these, but I mined with them for several months. And $550, I don't think it's a bad price for a year-old graphics card. But what a lot of people don't talk about is everything else. And I'm talking about the motherboards, the power supplies, the multiple power supplies I've got over there, the RAM, the SSDs, the CPUs, all these other things which you buy to run your mining rigs, and they're hard to sell. Now, I'm not too bothered about the RAM or the SSD. I can either use them myself or I can sell them. I will get them sold. I've got no problem with that. The power supplies are going to be a harder sell. I think the market for 1000 watt PSUs is slim, and I've got 2 of them. And the market for 1500 watt PSUs is even slimmer, and I've got one of them over there as well. I've got an absolute crap ton of like the USB GPU risers and all that as well. So I've got all those in boxes. I don't know what I'm going to have to do. Maybe just do a bulk sale of those on eBay. But that's why my room is a mess. You can see I've got a ladder over there, an absolute ancient ladder with paint on it because it was up in the loft. I need to get a loft ladder for that. But I've got a ton of boxes down there. And the reason I've got a ton of boxes is, it was a few months ago when I was selling something, I was packaging it all up, and I didn't have any boxes that fit it. I didn't have any boxes that fit the package because it was, sending multiple GPUs. So I had to, I ran to the shops, I couldn't find any boxes. Stores just don't give me any boxes anymore. And I had to drive like 25 minutes to my friend's house, and Mark gave me some boxes. And since then, I have been stocking up on Amazon boxes. Whenever I get a box, I just put it over there. And yeah, I just stock them up so that the room is an absolute mess, but it's a mess with a purpose, because I'm going to be using all these boxes to ship the PSUs, the motherboards, and all these other accessories that I've got. And then everything else is going to go upstairs in the loft, and then I can eventually tidy up this room. So yeah, I realise the room is a mess. But this was something that we talked about yesterday in the live stream, because we were talking about the technicals. So the technicals, he's got a really good YouTube channel, and he just did a video talking about how he scaled down his operation by about 80%, and he's selling all his GPUs. He said in his prime, he had 110 GPUs and then some FPGAs and ASICs, but 110 GPUs, that is a huge amount. I had 30 GPUs for most of the year, so he had like, about 4 times the operation that I was running. And I know myself, scaling down from that size of a setup, it can be quite difficult and quite time consuming as well. Because it's not, people focus on, oh, you're going to lose money on your cards, you're going to lose money in the motherboards and all this. You are. But for someone that's self-employed, and, for people that work as well, it's more about the time aspect. It takes time to package these things up. It takes time to advertise it, to haggle with people to get the price that you want, to package it all up, get it sent away, going to the post office and all that. It does take time. And you say, oh, it's only 20 minutes, only 30 minutes and all that. But you multiply it by 30 GPUs and then all the other accessories that you're selling, it does take up a lot of time. It really does take up a lot of time. I think though, what I was talking about yesterday in the live stream was that I think people in North America, they're maybe experiencing what people in the UK and Europe experienced a few months ago, as far as GPU mining just not being sustainable anymore, just not being sustainable. And I think that July and August I was making a little bit of money, as in a few dollars a day, which, you know, for the amount of equipment I had was terrible. But by the middle of August I know that I was breaking even, as in my electricity was just paying for the coins that I was mining. And that's when I was like, right, I need to sell. And by September, if I continued to mine, I would be mining at a loss. So I was paying an equivalent US rate of about 18 cents, maybe 19 cents per kilowatt hour. And the technical said yesterday that he was paying 6 cents per kilowatt hour. So in a bull run, you know, even in countries like the UK, which have got higher electricity costs, we can mine, and electricity was just a small factor as to whether we mined or not. But when the market went down, and when GPU mining profits went down, and when a lot of projects which used a GPU mining algorithm switched to an ASIC mining algorithm, or had it switched for them, it became harder and harder to make money from the GPUs. So I think that people in North America right now, January 2019, they're maybe at where we were at in UK, maybe June, July, August, maybe kind of 6 months behind us as far as the profits they're making from the rigs. And as I was saying, you know, I scaled down from 30 GPUs. This is the 29th GPU I'm selling over a few months. But, you know, the Technicals is selling 110 GPUs, or 8% of it. I'm not sure exactly how many GPUs he's going to sell. And there's other guys out there that had GPU mining farms with thousands of GPUs. And I'm not sure how they do it. If they, you know, they just write it off, you know, from an accounting basis and just write it off as a loss, or do they, you know, sell it as a bulk lot? I don't know how they handle it, but I do know that it's probably an absolute pain in the ass for it. And I know that some of these people that made a lot of money in GPU mining before, and they were doing really well, making a lot of money, these guys have been hit hard by this market. They've been really, really hit hard. Now, as far as GPU mining goes, I've said this many times, I don't regret getting into GPU mining. For me, it was a fantastic introduction to cryptocurrency. It was a fantastic way of learning what it's all about, and it gave me a better picture of how it all ties together and how the blockchain works and how pools work and how important miners are to the whole thing, certainly with proof of work coins. But you know, I sat on the fence for a long time saying that if we enter a bull run, I'll reconsider what I'm doing. But I think that I came to the point now that even if we enter a bull run, I don't think I would, you know, set up another mining rig. I don't think so. I think if I set up any, you know, if I get involved in GPU mining again, it will be on a hobby basis. It will be, you know, mining with the equipment that I have, you know, with the GPUs in my PCs or laptops or whatever. It will be on a hobby basis. But if I do want to get more hash power, I'll probably turn to services like NiceHash or mining rig rentals and just rent the hash power as and when I need it. But I think the days of me setting up rigs and spending all days customizing it, you know, I had a great time doing it. I learned a lot from it, but it's not something I see myself doing again in the future. But it's been a blast. It's been an absolute blast, and it's, yeah, I thought I'd do a trip down memory lane and kind of revisit this subject simply because this is the last 1080 Ti. So, yeah, I actually need to stop talking and get this packaged up and get it sent away for the guy. Next day delivery and all that. So yeah, this is the last 1080 Ti that I'm selling. Still got, I think the power supply is going to be the hardest thing for me. I've got a motherboard. I think I've just got one motherboard now. But I've got 3 power supplies. Those are probably going to be the hardest to sell. I've sold one of those and the guy was local. But those are going to be the hardest to sell. But from, you know, on the plus side, power supplies, they've got like 10-year guarantees. They don't really go down in value that much. So yeah, they can sit for a year and I'll probably get the same price for them. So yeah, I'll be scaling down the operation pretty much to 0. So yeah, end of an era. Goodbye 2018 GPU mining saga. Hello renting hash power. Hello buying coins directly. So saying goodbye to this lovely GPU. Served me well. Time to move on. But over to you guys. I know I've talked about this subject a lot, but I don't want to talk about I don't want to talk to you guys about, you know, whether you should be GPU mining or not. What I'd love to hear from you guys, what I'd love to hear in the comment area is what you guys have experienced as far as scaling down. What's it been like scaling down? What's it, you know, have you got the prices that you wanted to get for the GPUs? Have you found it difficult to sell your power supplies, your motherboards and all these other accessories? Let me know what it's been like, because it's not just me that's went through this. All you guys have been doing this. I know that the vast majority of the people who watch my channel are either GPU miners or they have been GPU miners, and I'd love to hear what your experience has been over the last year as far as building your operation up and then scaling down. I don't think this is the death of GPU mining. I think it's going to remain a niche thing though, and I think the days of mega farms and people having huge GPU farms is probably over. But I'd love to hear from those of you who are doing the same as me and scaling down and selling all your equipment. I'd love to hear what the experience has been like. Thanks for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. Thanks for everyone who tuned into the live stream. I will try and do another live stream very soon. Hope you all have a lovely day, and please do leave a comment below. Take care.